Hey, what's up guys, Nick here. Welcome back to a very exciting video. As you can see, or probably tell by the title, 343 Industries have finally released this big Halo Infinite update, something I've been very excited for. We're finally going to be getting some new information, getting a first look at some stuff. I had a quick scroll through everything in this post, but I haven't actually read anything, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll be reading through everything for the first time with all of you. So if you're super excited about Halo Infinite and finally having some new information, some new news, then make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're brand new. I would really appreciate it. So before I ramble on too much, let's jump right into this and see what they have to say. Hey everyone, I'm Joseph Staten. If you've been a long time part of the Halo community, you may already know me. If you're new to the community, hello, it's great to meet you. I was part of the Bungie team who made Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, and Halo Reach. I came up on the design side of these projects wearing many different hats over the years, including writer, cinematic director, creative director, even voice for the grunts. This is so cool that they got Joe Staten to write the intro for this. After Reach shipped, I became a Halo fan, cheering on 343i from the sidelines. But I spent the last 4 months immersing myself back into the Halo universe, and it's my honor as a creative director to help our team ship Halo Infinite in fall 2021. Okay, so fall 2021, we finally have a release date of some kind for Halo Infinite. It is maybe a little bit farther than what I would have liked, but at least we have some kind of idea of when this game is finally going to release to us. Yep, that's when the game is coming out. And from now on until then, every one of us at 343 and our great partner teams will be building, testing, and polishing an experience we hope all of you love. I joined 343i right as the team was wrestling with feedback from the July campaign demo. This discussion boiled down to one fundamental truth. We needed more time to do things right. That included pushing hard into the fall, giving the team time to recharge over the holidays, and then coming back in January to finish the game at a healthy place. So basically he's just going over why they decided to delay the game, because it needed more polish. And it might suck, obviously, as a fan of Halo, I wish I had the game right now, but if they realized the game just wasn't going to be ready and it needed more time to be, made for us, then I'm totally cool with this delay, because Halo Infinite in the fall of 2021 is just the beginning of the adventure. I'll be back at the end of the update for some closing thoughts, but now, Brian, take it away. Alright, so thank you, Joe. I appreciate the intro. We're now going to get into the art and graphics update, something I feel like a lot of people are going to be very interested in, myself included. I want to know more about why the game looked the way it did, and also, hopefully, an update. I can see a bit of a concept art here, but we'll read this first, and then we'll get into this juicy image. Thanks, Joseph. In the months since our campaign demo, the team has been heads down working on everything from lighting to fog to wear and tear on Spartan armor, as you'll see further below. We know the community has been eager to hear about and see the improvements and progress the team has made since July, so today we've joined by a few members of our art and graphics team to talk shop. We have an image here for us to look at. Okay, it says multiplayer map, work in progress, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. This looks incredible. I absolutely love the graphics of this game. I'll be honest with you, at a very quick glance, this looks like concept art. It straight up does not look like something that is taken in-game. It looks like a concept art piece. If this is anywhere near the graphics of the actual game, I think all of our minds are going to be blown. I'm just so excited. Anything new Halo, it just gets me really excited. But let's see. I feel like I can see a bit of like a weapon pad, like a weapon floating over there. So obviously a weapon pad of some kind. If we scroll down, we can see a pickup here. I'm going to presume this is maybe camo, just because it looks like the Spartan is disappearing. So maybe a camo pickup here in the middle next to the giant machine. I don't even know what to describe that as. But then on the right hand side next to the Spartan, by the way, looks beautiful. This Spartan looks incredible. We can see the grapple shot as a pickup here on the map. So it shows us that there are pickups, there are things for us to go and find for ourselves, instead of every Spartan starting from the beginning with a grapple shot. It's a pickup on the map, which means equipment is indeed returning to Infinite. We already knew this, but having this image just confirms it, which is very exciting. So all in all, this looks incredible. I absolutely love how this multiplayer map looks. The graphics are just mind-blowing, especially compared to what we saw back in July. So we move on. Back in July, our teams put together a slice of representative gameplay that introduced fans to the expansive nature of this new ring world. We got the first look at Master Chief using the grapple shot and various weaponry to take on the Banished. Despite excitement around the gameplay, we knew we had plenty of work left to do on the art and graphics side. Can you speak a bit about the demo and the team's perspective? The primary goal for the campaign demo in July was showing Halo Infinite gameplay for the first time time. While the aspect generally landed as we wanted, the reality is that the art and visuals weren't at the bar we hold for Halo, even in a work in progress state. So they know that they maybe shouldn't have showed exactly that. They knew that what they were showing was not representative of what they fully wanted, but I guess they just ran out of time, unfortunately. Much of the feedback we heard from the community aligned with our own views and work we were already committed to doing around things like indirect lighting, material response, foliage and tree rendering, clouds, level of detail transitions, and character fidelity. Still, the feedback was humbling. It also pushed us to look at additional opportunities for improvement. So basically what they're saying is everything that they got critiqued on, they already knew about. They're working on it right now, and now that the game has been delayed until fall of next year, hopefully they have plenty of time to make the game look absolutely beautiful. It really is a privilege to work on a Halo game. We have such a strong community who cares so deeply about the Halo franchise and who we can always rely upon to provide valuable feedback on every aspect of our products. It's not always easy to hear, but we truly appreciate the community's passion, which drives us to do better. So there's no angry Halo fan, there's just overly passionate Halo fans. We all just want Halo to be awesome in the end of the day. July was indeed a very much work in progress slice of the technology, and a reasonable set of key features from global illumination and dynamic time of day to GPU driven rendering and variable rate shading were all in active development. That's a whole bunch of really big words, but basically everything that will make the game look pretty was already in development. Much of the graphics team's capacity, along with that of some key technical artists, was focused on achieving high resolution and performance leading up to the demo, which meant several of these features didn't quite get the level of polish and bug fixing that was warranted. Visual fidelity is a very important goal for Halo Infinite, and the graphics and art teams have been continually aspiring and working closely with each other to create the best looking Halo game ever. Judging from that multiplayer map piece we saw, it does look pretty damn good. I definitely want to acknowledge that the input that we got from the Halo community and our fanbase, staying open to critical feedback, looking at areas where we can learn and do better, is an inherent part of our culture at 343. So they're all for getting feedback, which is very, very key to development. Okay, as we scroll down here, we're gonna have a look at the spanker. This part is basically just talking about, you know, why they have the art style that they do. So if you want to read all this for yourself, you can. I'm not going to go through every single paragraph because I don't feel like there's any need to do that. But there is some very, very interesting stuff for yourself to look at. But the spanker here is absolutely gorgeous. It's the good old spanker. It's what we expect, but I think it just looks incredible. Obviously, this is work in progress in engine render, but even so, this gives us a really, really good idea of just how much detail everything is going to get. I remember a big bit of complaint everyone was giving the demo was that all the weapons looked flat and just not very nice. This does not look flat whatsoever. This looks very, very detailed to me. We just have the little Spartan over here just looking at his rocket launcher. So this next part, there's no denying that the return of a classic art style immediately evokes the unmistakable look and feel of Halo. When it comes to visual fidelity, the team has been making progress since July, as we can see in some of the latest images we're sharing here today. We talk about some of the specific areas the team has been working on. On the graphics technology front, we have made improvements along with fixing bugs that were inherent to some of the techniques, as well as iterating and polishing the features that were still in development. Some of the areas of progress include better quality of global illumination, ambient occlusion, shadows, volumetric lighting, sky, and atmosphere. We've also addressed issues with our GPU-driven rendering and texture streaming solution that should mitigate the level of detail popping and texture quality issues that were prevalent in the July demo. So basically those clouds that we saw popping in should no longer be an issue, which is huge. There's more to be done, of course, and we are actively partnering with Neil and Spar's team to drive the visual quality forward from both an engineering as well as an artistic front. In addition to the graphics tech changes, we have also made a lot of improvements to the art/content side across all disciplines such as environment, lighting, weapons, FX, and more. There's too much to cover here, but let's talk through some of the more impactful changes in my mind. Firstly, there's been a lot of work done retuning our dynamic lighting values to add more punch and contrast to the image. These included adjustments to our sun intensity, fog/atmosphere, and the addition of color grading, which did not make it into the July gameplay demo. All of that sounds immediately very, very nice to have added to the game. We've improved some of our materials to get more specular response, more wear and tear on weapons/vehicles, more fidelity in our characters, and more macro breakup on large surface like rocks, terrains, and the hex walls. We're now also getting more of a textural detail coming through for the final frame thanks to sharpening process that our graphics team have added. This helps offset some of the natural blurring of temporal anti-aliasing and certainly helps our assets shine. So basically what this is saying to me, they've added a lot of things to make the game pop and just look a lot better. We're eager to show off the progress the team has made in the campaign as soon as we can, but we want to make sure we have all the right pieces coming together, and this can be tricky with a lot of the moving parts and expansive world of the scope. We know everyone is keen to see more and look forward to sharing more in the future updates in the months ahead. So no campaign, but we do get a beautiful sniper. Sniper, by far my favorite weapon in the Halo series. I just love sniping. It's just so fun, and this sniper looks absolutely beautiful. I love everything about this. I love the little orange like detailing here. I love all the wear and tear on the weapon itself. Just all the little details about it. I adore. It just looks beautiful to me. Speaking of improvements on the art/content side, one big outcome from our demo was the emergence of the now world-renowned Craig. While we in the internet have come to love dear Craig, we know he wasn't his best self back in July. Can you give us any updates on Craig as he stands today? We all love Craig, of course. Firstly, I can confirm that the facial animation on NPCs was not fully implemented in that build, which resulted in Craig's incredibly deadpan/lifeless look. All characters are molded in neutral pose prior to blend shapes and animation being applied, so poor old Craig was never intended to be seen in that condition, which is something that was evident during the gameplay. It was only later in the close-up freeze frame of his one bad moment where it came to light and the legend of Craig was born. So basically, Craig looked very unhappy and sad simply because they had no animations actually working on his face at the time. So that answers a lot of questions already. There's been further work done on the material, fidelity, and more variety add to the brute faces. We're also working on some hairdos and beards, which was something we hadn't gotten to in July. So whilst we have come to love our dear old Craig, he's certainly undergoing a significant makeover. So they're doing hairdos and beards, so brutes are not going to be totally hairless, which is something I was very not a fan of. Brutes with beards and hair just look so much better to me than what we saw back in July, so hopefully it turns out great. Hopefully it looks really good. Craig isn't the only model to see improvements though. There have been significant changes to other characters and 3D models as we continue to evolve and polish our content, some of which can be seen in the Spartan and weapon renders being shared today. So we move on directly to another screenshot from the game, and something about Halo, just new Halo stuff, just gets me so genuinely excited. We get a whole other angle of this map. I really wish I knew the name of this map. Does it say? No, it just says map in progress. So we get another look at a Spartan down here, but then we get a very nice look at this Spartan here, which you can see is obviously mid-sprint. Some people like sprint, some people don't, but he's holding the battle rifle, which is beautiful. The armor looks incredible, but if you notice on his shoulder pad here, there's a lot of like extra detailing, like almost like there's mud and scratches and all that stuff going on. So I'm a big fan of all that extra detail. I think these Spartans look incredible. I think this map is beautiful. Again, if someone told me this was a concept art, I would believe that, but this is actually what a map is going to look like. So then they take some time to talk about the work they've done to make the interior of this map look really nice. I'm not going to go through all of that just because I think there are some stuff that you guys would maybe be interested in reading yourself. I don't want to go over every single detail, as some of it just does not need to be in this video. But do not worry, a link to this will be in the description. If you do want to go read all of this, I highly suggest that you do. So then we move on to live and customization. We've said live team quite a bit, so I want to ask, what does the live team do? In other words, what are the team's responsibilities and how do they contribute to the overall game? So then we go instantly into this. Oh my goodness, this screenshot and this Spartan is quite possibly one of the best looking things I've ever seen regarding Halo, or maybe just full stop. It just looks incredible. The helmet is sick. The chest piece is sick. The arm looks amazing. The assault rifle, of course, is beautiful. Everything about this, just look at the mud. The detailing on the armor itself is just so nice. So they go over basically what the live team does for the game. So the live team takes a meta role in our contributions. That is, our content tends to bridge experiences. Think of things like challenges and progression, customization, achievements, etc. There is no one area of the game these belong to or work to support. Their best functions support players in all the ways they choose to play. So basically, if you're a campaign, multiplayer person, no matter what you do, this will all support you in some kind of way. After we see Halo Infinite launch, we'll shift a bit more to monitoring the state of the game and ensuring we react appropriately. Not only is this working with our friends on the community team, but with analytics, ongoing work with user research, etc. to ensure that the team knows what's working and what's not. This means that we'll have a direct partnership with you, the players, and we'll use to improve the game experience together over the lifetime of the game. So then the CB goes on to say, I think the live team's main job is to give the players goals outside of getting the next kill. We have great teams working on gunplay, the maps, the modes, the moment to moment of the multiplayer dance, and the epic campaign. Our team works to bring all these separate experiences together into one cohesive Halo experience at launch, and then continues to build on that and evolve into the future. So then they go on to talk about the principles and pillars that they adhere to, so I'm going to go over what they are. Healthy engagement is paramount. We want everyone to play the game in a healthy manner that they enjoy. We're not trying to build a grind machine that burns everyone out in an attempt to get more game time from them. Halo Infinite needs to be a place where we all look forward to spending time. That is so important. That is a message that I completely stand behind. I don't want Halo Infinite to feel like I'm just putting hours into it. I want to feel like I'm excited to jump on the next day to put more time into the game. We maintain a player-first focus. Think of all the games we've all played that have random rewards. Ask people to play a way that they hate just for a new shiny, or weaponize fear of missing out against the player. There will be limited time events, but we don't want to turn free time into a chore. We're not all about that. Everyone should enjoy their time in Halo Infinite, so that is a great message. They don't want people to feel like they have to hop onto the game just because there's a fear of missing out. They want everyone to enjoy every single moment that they're playing the game, which I feel like some games kind of miss the mark on, so I'm glad that they realize this and are working to not make this an issue with the next Halo game. Unambiguous value. If someone invests their time or money in the game, they should understand what they're getting and that it will be worth more than the investment. Examples of this in practice includes no loot boxes, so no loot boxes confirmed, either through engagement or any premium route, and we're not selling power or giving an unfair advantage in-game via any route, so you're not going to be able to beat someone just because you pay money, basically. Always be listening, learning, and experimenting. The live team is all about growth and iteration. We build and support some fun content, but there will be times when things don't go as planned or where something we tried didn't land well. There will also be times when we believe in ideas and want to give them a chance in the wild, and we ask that you be understanding as we try them out. These will be moments for us to learn and grow. It will require a close partnership with our players where we can talk about what happened and what we were trying to do, be transparent in our plans, and move ahead as much as we can. So they basically just want a very, very close relationship with us, the players, moving forward, and I'm all for that. You know, if we communicate, if we say we don't like this thing, but we like this, that will just make a better game overall for everyone. The next one is provide value. Combined with our engagement pillar, we want to be clear about how to earn rewards. Most of all, we want to bring the best set of cosmetic only rewards to Halo. We want great looking assets and ways to show that Spartan off. We want players to get close to their Spartan and spend time swapping parts and pieces. So I personally get very, very attached to my Spartans in a Halo game, so I really cannot wait to spend more time doing that in Infinite. Allow player expression. We want everyone to build their dream Spartan. We are always looking for more ways to customize in-game personas and give the players options. My team knows that our long-term players have favorites they love and may have for 2 decades. We want to make sure that Halo Infinite players will be able to get their old favorites as well as find new favorites at launch as we expand over the months post-launch, much like MCC. I want to bring everything to Infinite eventually. So basically what they're saying is all your old favorite armor is going to be in the game, and even new stuff that we've never seen before will also be there. So I'm all for that. I know that I have my old favorites, but I'm also very excited to see what they bring to the game. So then they talk about the game being free to play. If you didn't know, Halo Infinite's multiplayer will be free to play, so they want to kind of touch on what that actually means for the players. Yes, being free to play does mean that there'll be some premium cosmetics, but players will still obtain tons of customization content through things like playing campaign, challenges, skill, special events, legacy rewards such as the Halo 5 Spartan Rank 152 reward, the progress system, and more. So basically what they're saying is there will be some kind of microtransactions, premium content that you do have to pay for, but it is a free to play game, so it's kind of like we expected that, but they have confirmed no loot boxes, so it's not that bad at the very least. Halo 5 didn't do a great job at rewarding our most engaged players, Spartan Rank 152s, so we've added a few tokens of appreciation in Halo Infinite to help make up for that. Below you can see 2 of these tokens in the form of an exclusive armor coding and weapon coding. We've also used our learnings there to better structure the player rewards in Halo Infinite. So we finally get a look at what this 152 reward is going to be in Halo Infinite, and it's going to be a coding and a weapon skin. To be honest with you, I am actually very, very happy with that. I kind of expected it to be a weapon coding or a weapon, you know, skin or something like that. So the fact that I get a coding and a weapon skin, I am very, very happy. And to be honest with you, I absolutely love how this weapon skin looks. The black and the red is just beautiful. So as a Spartan rank 152, I am personally very, very pleased with this. And I also want to take a moment to just appreciate how beautiful this Spartan is. I am just absolutely in love with how this all looks. If this is how it's displayed in the game as well, if this is how we, customize our Spartan, so much better than Halo 5 already. I am very, very happy. You mentioned coatings specifically, which have turned some heads over the past few weeks, so let's talk about those a bit more. Can you elaborate on what coatings are and why they're in Halo Infinite? So we're actually going to learn a bit more about armor coatings and why they've decided to put them into the game instead of having primary and secondary colors like we've always had in Halo before. Yes, the coating system is something that the live team and our 3D artists designed directly after Halo 5 and is part of the overall customization picture. In previous Halo titles, we had a series of inputs that were simple RGBs on primary and secondary channels. For Halo Infinite, we didn't feel that flat colors in a singular pattern were good enough. The coating system allows us to define color, wear and tear patterns and materials on a region by region basis on the Spartan or anything in the game, be it armor, weapons, vehicles, or even environment elements like fuel barrels. To get to our design vision, we needed to make an exceedingly difficult decision to move away from a system that was in the game from the early days, primary and secondary color. This decision was not made lightly, but it has led to the foundation for greater detail and variation when it comes to color customization. So basically they're saying they got rid of primary and secondary colors to make room for coatings, which allows them to have a lot more control over every single detail of the Spartan and the customization experience. So while it does suck, you're not going to be able to make your orange and black Spartan or your, pink and blue, whatever customization combo you liked. The coatings will allow them to have a lot more detail over every aspect of the game. So I get it. It was a hard decision. They obviously spent a lot of time thinking about it, but if they think it's for the best overall, then I guess I can't really complain too much about it. But we do get another look at another Spartan here. Absolutely beefy boy. So this is the Splinter Desert Armor coating, which is very, very nice. I actually don't think I would personally care too much to wear this, but you can already just see all the extra details, all the scratches, the mud, all that good stuff put onto this armor. I absolutely love it. He's holding the shotgun there as well. Just so beautiful. The visor as well just looks like I'm about to enter the Matrix or something. In addition to getting better variation, we can also create coatings much faster than we could create weapon skins in Halo 5, which will allow for even better variation over time. Additionally, with coatings now being their own customization option, we can also use them as rewards for player accomplishments or even create bespoke ones for certain occasions. Lastly, coatings use smaller digital footprint and lets us add new ones to the game without massive patches or taking up tons of disk space, which was a learning from Halo 5. So all in all, the game is going to be way smaller, hopefully, than Halo 5, because Halo 5 was a massive download. The way I see it, if a feature makes it easier for the developer to do something for the player, I can't really argue too much against that. Now, speaking of armor customization options, we've teased Halo Reach levels of armor customization before. Can you tell us what that actually means in regards to Halo Infinite armor? So they reply, one way to look at inventory systems is to look at their breadth and depth. How many things can I customize and how many choices within it do I have? Reach allowed the players a lot of individual customization types on a single armor suit, with each type having many options. We knew we had to return that level, but also do more. To me, Reach customization is both the options helmet, helmet attachment, left shoulder pad, right shoulder pad, as well as the number of individual assets. So then we get another look at a Spartan here. This is obviously George's helmet, his shoulder piece as well. Dude, this just all looks so good. Noble Defender armor coating. I am just so in love with all of these renders. Everything about this just screams Halo to me. I truly feel like 343 have absolutely nailed the Halo look this time around, and it just makes me really, really happy to see Halo just looking so damn good. So to round up that a little bit, no loot boxes, no randomness or items that influence the sandbox and gameplay. So they're not going to add anything to the game that you have to pay for, that you don't know what you're going to get out of it, and there's not going to be anything that will make you more powerful than other players, which to me is very, very fair. I don't want any of that stuff, so I'm happy to hear that it's nowhere near the game. And then we have another screenshot here. I could never get sick of these screenshots. This is the Watchdog armor coating. It is just very, very sleek, very badass. We get a very, very nice look at the battle rifle here. I think this is probably the SR-152 reward skin for the BR, so it looks beautiful. I am very, very happy that it's black and orange, or is that red? I can't tell, but I love how that looks. I absolutely adore it. Everything about these armors that we've seen so far, I am a huge fan of. So the road ahead, Joe Staten is going to end it off for us. So we're going to read through this and that will be the end of the big Halo Infinite update. Joe says, my first week on the job, I played the entire Infinite campaign twice. I'm not jealous whatsoever. I was in a word stunned in the best possible way by what the team had done. Infinite is by far the most expansive and vertical Halo world ever. Why did the team do this? Because they understand that wonder and freedom are key to the Halo experience. I could feel that classic Halo 30 seconds of fun beating at the heart of the Infinite world, but I had never felt more powerful, more mobile, or in command of a rich set of tactical choices. This was the Halo we imagined back in 2000, finally come to life after 20 years of technical and creative innovation. So the fact that Joe Staten himself is saying all of this, the 30 seconds of fun, and this is what they imagined for Halo 20 years ago, has got me very, very excited. The fact that he himself thinks this is what Halo was always meant to be, the man that is pretty much the only person in the world that can say that, just makes me so excited. So they end with a bit of concept art here, which is just absolutely beautiful. Every single time there's some concept art or we see some kind of image or anything to do with this game, it just makes me want to hop in a Warthog and explore, just like it's happening here. So I really cannot wait to jump into Halo Infinite and just explore for myself. I'm so ready for a new Halo game. It sucks that we have to wait until fall 2021, but I'd rather us wait and get an incredible game than have a rushed out game that won't live up to our expectations. He says it encapsulates all the excitement and curiosity and joy I felt on my first journey through Zeta Halo, the most mysterious, dangerous, and possibly rich place in the entire Halo universe. Everywhere I looked, I saw choices. Do I explore off the Golden Path, assault that banished warbase guarding the Valley Pass, follow a flight of Forerunner Sentinels into that unexpected cave, rescue a squad of Marines dug in and desperate halfway up that mountain, or do I keep putting the mainline story thread that feels epic and intimate at the exact same time? That right there is all I needed to read, to be honest with you. Having all these different options, all these different choices, allowing me to do whatever I want during the mainline story is exactly what I want from a Halo game. Truly, Halo Infinite is a world in which I love spending time and that I'm thrilled to return to, both as a designer and a player. On behalf of the entire team, thank you for your patience and your passion. We can't wait for you to join us on the Halo Infinite adventure, first with Insider Flighting later next year, and then when we ship in fall 2021. So flighting is happening. Thank goodness. I was terrified we wouldn't get flighting, but we are. That's all I needed to see. This update has literally been everything that I needed. So that is going to do it for this update. There is a lot to go over. There is so much to read, so much to look at. We finally got our first look at quite a few things that I've been wondering about. So I'm just really, really happy with this update. Some people were worried that they wouldn't show much, but thankfully they pulled through. Thankfully we got a look at a multiplayer map, got some weapons, got a look at some armors, we got coatings explained to us, and a bit of an update on the graphics as well. So this update was incredible. Link to it will be down in the description, of course. But let me know what you guys thought of this update. Does this make you a bit more excited for Infinite? Does this take away some of your fears for the game? Make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe if you are new to keep up with everything Halo. I'm a very, very happy Halo fan. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer for us to hear more stuff next year. But 2021 is going to be a very exciting year for Halo fans and just gaming fans in general. I really think this game is going to be something special. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.